So Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is entering week number 2 of the trash worker strike, as you can see. Now, I have two main questions. How did this start and when will it end? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the sanitation worker strike in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is entering week number 2. 8 days of no trash being picked up at all. You're talking about piles and heaps and loads of garbage everywhere, all over the city. The smell has got to be out of control. The rodents have got to be out of control. It is a complete mess in Philly. If you're living out there right now, my prayers out to you. Now, what I was asking from the very beginning, how did it start? When will it end? I don't know when it's going to end, hopefully soon. But the reason it started is because these guys out there working sanitation are getting paid like $18 an hour. What they want is an 8% raise every year over a 4-year period to get to a 32% raise. So their salary goes from about $40,000 to $60,000. That's the goal. The city, they're not really trying to pay it, so they're at an impasse, and trash is just piling up all on the ground. You never know just how much you need sanitation workers until you don't have them. You never know, because when everything's working fine, the trash being picked up, it's all good. A couple of days, 2 or 3 days, a week of no trash being picked up, you got a big problem. Now, before I go any further, let's get to a video first from social media. Then we're going to get to a news report. And of course, I will always link to my videos in the description box if you want to see them and hear my thought, my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
It's a damn shame, man. Look at this. Look at this.
And it says you can literally smell the trash from blocks away. Seems like the trash is endless. This is a mess. Look at all this. Let me turn my sign down a little bit, just a little bit. But look, trash, trash, trash. And this can't be sanitary at all. It can't be, because it's just trash on the ground.
You guys, you can barely breathe. You can barely breathe.
I can imagine how that smell is. I don't want to imagine the smell. Look, I'm gonna turn that down. I don't want to hear my man coughing right now. I don't want to imagine the smell, but I can. And of course, people that, you know, might be homeless or whatever, they're going to go through it. They're going to pick through it and get whatever they can, which is going to make it worse because they're going to be opening the bags, leaving more trash on the ground. These dumpsters ain't doing no good because they're not even all the way full. Even if they were all the way full, you're still going to have trash all on the ground. Look at this. This might not have even been, this video was like 2 or 3 days ago. So it wasn't even the full 8 days of trash. This might have been after about 4 to 5 days of no trash being picked up. Less than 1 week, all of that right there is going on, okay? So it's a mess. Now let's get to the news report here. This is going to be CBS Philadelphia. And of course, again, I will link to this in the description box if you want to see it there. But let's go ahead and roll it.
A new problem is also piling up, and neighbors aren't happy about this at all. People are illegally dumping stuff at sites all across the city. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Madeline Wright is live in the far northeast this afternoon, where the streets are clogged with frustration. Madeline.
Now, I got a question to the Philly people out there. Can you go to a dump? Because in my neck of the woods, I can go to dumps. There's city dumps, there's private dumps you can just go to and pay to dump your trash off. That's normally where I go when I got big items to dump. They don't necessarily allow house trash all the time, but I guess you can pay. My question is, can you go to a real dump and take your stuff, or are you only allowed to basically just throw it on the ground right in front of your house? Y'all let me know. Give me some insight.
Good afternoon, Natasha. People who live here in Morrell Park say they've never seen their neighborhood look or smell this bad. Just take a look at this giant mountain of trash stretching from one end of the block to the other. Non-unionized workers are struggling to keep up. This neighborhood drop-off site has become a spectacle, with people stopping to take pictures here at Red Lion and Calera Roads. This is one of 60 drop-off sites where residents can place trash on their designated collection day.
Look at this, man. Look at this. So this is after a week, 1 week, 7 days, 8 days. This is what you have. My question would be, what about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? It'd be third world country in no time.
But we're seeing more than just household garbage. From Chopper 3, we've seen a bathtub, couches, mattresses, and garbage cans. We're even hearing stories about non-residents coming from other places to drop off bulk items. Officials are now issuing a stern warning to anyone dumping illegally, including contractors who are leaving construction debris, which makes it harder for crews to do their jobs.
You see, look, and that, of course, is going to happen because normally you couldn't just dump whatever you wanted, wherever you wanted. You couldn't just, you couldn't do this normally. But now they say, okay, now it's cool because the trash guys ain't picking up the trash. So you're going to have everybody taking advantage of it. Those who may normally go to a dump where they got to pay X amount of money, $50, $100 or more, especially contractors, they're going to say, you know what, rather than paying that, I'm going to go to this particular area because who cares? And you see houses right here. I wonder if people are living in those houses. I see an AC unit right there. You probably got people living in those houses and they have to smell all of the garbage from the region and beyond.
Violators face a $5,000 fine. They can even take a picture of your license plate and seize your car.
And I want to emphasize, this is not a free pass for illegal dumping around the city of Philadelphia. This is for residential trash only. It's not for private businesses. It's not for contractors.
It's not right. I feel like people are really taking advantage of this. Normally our sanitation workers, they don't pick up furniture. Like, they don't pick up sofas, sinks, counters. They don't pick up these items. So people are really taking advantage, and they're using this opportunity to dump everything out of their household.
Look, the cleanup effort is going to be monumental. Once they finally reach some kind of agreement, the cleanup is going to cost more than anything that they could have. They might as well just gave them the money from the beginning to avoid all this, because this is going to be a monumental effort to clean up all this garbage.
Telling residents not to use this location right now because they need more time to clear this mess. You can see the trash piles here keep growing with more cars and more residents stopping by. Now, once this trash pile is cleared up, what I can tell you is that crews are going to be using a hose to spray down the street, and then they're going to be using
a hose like a garden hose. Now you talking about pressure washers, multiple pressure washers. Industrial strength cleansing agents. You ain't talking about a water hose like you out watering your plants. Nah, you talking about like some industrial type activity going on.
A deodorizer to keep the smell down. In the meantime, residents are asked to use other drop-off locations. Live in Northeast Philly, Madeline Wright, CBS News, Philadelphia.
All right, there we go. So again, that's out there in Philadelphia. So the trash workers, the sanitation workers, they want, again, 8% raises every year for 4 years, for a 32% raise in total, to go from about $40,000 a year to $60,000. So, hey, I think it's okay. I'm not sure if Philly can afford that, because I've seen street interviews in Philly and they're asking them, how much do you make? What's your salary? And a lot of the people working just random jobs, not necessarily sanitation guys, but people working in tech, people working at a bank, people working wherever, they're making like $35,000, $50,000. It's not a super rich city. It's kind of a poor city. It's kind of like Baltimore Jr., in my humble opinion. But as I close, I want to say this. I hope y'all get it together, because good grief. And then look, there's been people who have canceled concerts. I think LL Cool J was going to be there. It was somebody else. I'm not sure what the person's name was, but They're talking about, well, you know what? I don't want to break the picket line and go perform. Well, that's part of it, I'm sure. But also, why would you want to go to a place like that? Why would you want to go to a place where there's garbage everywhere, all on the ground? The health hazards, the smell, just the overall idea of that, I don't want to be anywhere near. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about the Philadelphia sanitation workers strike? Do you live in the area? Do you live in the city? Do you live downwind of all this nonsense? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is really crazy. You're talking about third world country type behavior. They got to get it together, man. This is America. We can't just have garbage all on the ground in front of people's houses. This is really, really a mess. Give them some money. Or if you don't have it, just be transparent. Whatever you got going on, just be transparent. If you got a problem with the budget, hey, man, you got to figure out something. It's almost to the point where you got a federal disaster. Now, I don't know if you'd be able to qualify for such a thing, but y'all got to do something, man, because this is unacceptable for an American city. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.